instead of forcing myself to do things, I actually just chose to do the things. Hey everyone, it's Coach Crei here, and today I want to share something that's a little personal with you, so stick with me, because it's a recent realization that literally turned my world upside down, and my hope is that it might just do the same for you. So for any of you that might know, I have a tendency to want to control, and usually that is in a form of controlling myself, and even more specifically, that's in me wanting to control my body. And really, I've become a master of discipline and forcing myself to do things. And what kind of things, you might be asking? Well, the typical successful things, like waking up at 4:30 in the morning, journaling, meditating, taking cold showers, all these things that are supposed to prove that you're successful. Or for me, I was doing all these things in the hope of trying to finally be good enough. Because my belief was, if I could just control myself and force myself to do these hard things, then success would surely follow, right? Or at least that's what I've been sold. But this last week, I had this weird thought. And I have a tendency to love to think of extremes, usually to my demise, but I was always doing all these hard things and forcing myself. And if there's an opposite for everything in life, then it would mean that if I could be really good and good at doing hard things, I should be able to do easy things as well, right? I mean, if this is an abundant universe, after all, you should be able to have your cake and eat it too. So what would it look like if things were easy? Well, that's a great question. And that is what led me to my recent discovery. That what if, instead of forcing myself to do things, I actually just chose to do the things? And really, why are we so fixated on this whole notion of forcing ourselves anyway? Sure, it's easy for us to do to ourselves. Like, it's easy for me to wake up, it's easy for me to take cold showers, all these things. But would I ever honestly force a friend or a family member to do what I forced myself to do? And for me, the answer is a resounding no. So I thought, why do I keep doing it to myself? And for those of you that can't do it for yourself, then let me offer up another little observation from coaching a lot of people and noticing what really happens after my clients are forcing themselves for so long. Because it's only a matter of time before the rubber band gets pulled back, it gets stretched so much that they finally experience some sort of backlash. And that can be either the rubber band snapping or them flying forward and falling on their face. And this is realistically why diets don't work, because at some point we reach that breaking point. For me personally, it's usually around the 3-month mark. I can endure, I can do hard things for about 3 months, and at 3 months I usually snap. But here's the crazy thing. It's not that I can't keep going. It's actually because I get sick and tired of being constrained, and I crave autonomy. And realistically, I just want my freedom back. And we all want to be free. To do what? To choose. And in here lies the solution to the alternative to forcing. Because you see, at any given moment, all we really have is a choice. And in that moment, I can force myself to do hard things, or I can choose and decide, who do I want to be and what do I actually want to do? And sure, you might argue that this is still a form of forcing, but trust me when I say the energy is totally different when you're deciding what you want. And I'm not telling myself that I can't do something. Does that make sense? And I'm reminding myself at that moment, who do I want to be? And I'm letting myself choose based upon the goal. So if I'm choosing to be healthy and I'm at lunch and there's an option between eating a healthy salad and eating a piece of pizza, What do? I align myself up with my ideal version, which is being healthy, and I choose to eat the salad. And afterwards, I feel good. I feel empowered. I don't feel constrained or restricted. And who knows what I'll choose later? The only choice that I have to make is at that moment. Maybe tomorrow at lunch, I'll have a choice between pizza and chicken. And I might choose the slice of pizza. I don't know. But I do know that that one choice, even if I do decide to have that pizza, that doesn't mean all hope is lost. Because that one choice does not get to define my future. That is, unless I allow it to. So I want you to give yourself permission to make mistakes along the way and just know that you have an opportunity to choose something different at the next moment. So if you're like how I used to be, and really a lot of my clients, you might lack clarity on who you want to be, and you might not have faith in your ability to actually choose the right thing. So your default is just to force yourself and not have faith in your ability to choose. So you restrict yourself. And if that's where you're at, that's totally fine, especially if it's working for you. Keep doing it. But when, and I say when, you get tired of feeling stuck, you get tired of feeling overwhelmed, maybe it's time to shift from forcing and start to empower yourself and choose. Because believe me, the power of choice is far more empowering and motivating than telling yourself that you can't do something or you can't have something. And if you don't trust me, that's fine. Just try it for a week. And if you can't see how it will be beneficial from you to choose rather than force, then stop being a baby and just force yourself to try it for a while and see how that feels. That's it for me. If this resonated for you, hit that like button, subscribe, share it with someone who needs to hear this. And don't forget to join my free Facebook group to gain more clarity on who you are and how to build the high performance habits that you need to be who you want to be. And remember that you have the power to choose, so choose wisely, my friends. Peace out.